left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
How do you achieve your greatness?
There's no margin for error.
No room for mistakes.
You need total control.
Your success is determined by your grit.
It takes thousands of hours perfecting your moves.
And only the strong survive.
You think you've paid your dues?
You think you're ready to enter the arena?
Think again.
This is the Telkom Digital Gaming League,
This is where legends fight till the last second.
where the action explodes straight through your system.
like a Hellcat. Like a Hellcat. Like a Hellcat. Like a Hellcat.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and DOTA players around the world. We're back Wednesday evening. We've got some Community Shield action for you this evening. Veneration Esports versus Pulse Reborn. It is going to be a semblance of some form of a grudge match. There has been rumors going along the interwebs that certain players don't dig certain players, so it's going to make for a really interesting game. But nonetheless, you are here with Jabba, and I'm joined by the succulent feeding succubus. How are you this evening?
You just called me a feeder. How
I promise. I told you I was going to call you a feeder. Legion Commander feeder. That's what I'm saying.
Because I listened to you in 1337 last night and Chelsea. They were like, "Oh, go in." I'm like, I don't want to go in. I don't
Guys,
know who's
all she does is feed.
I got the deal on the Huskar, but then I died. But anyway, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's match. It is going to be Pulse Reborn versus Veneration Esports. And
well, before we continue,
Veneration, except for Wazoo, poor Wazoo, all his teammates just left him behind, and now we've got essentially the flip side tactics boys joining Veneration for the first time. But yeah, this is going to be a fun match. It's always funny. It's always fun to cast the M God himself.
Yeah, it is going to turn into one of those games. And surprisingly, Monkey King actually made it through the bans. We did see him actually play a mid Monkey King not so long ago. But before the draft carries on, just something that we need to mention is it is technically the semi-finals of this Community Shield. The two series that are happening at the moment is going to be Veneration Esports and Pulse, which we are bringing to you now. And then we've got APG Academy going head-to-head against Mythic. And the two winners of these two series is going to go ahead and will be facing our Masters team. So we potentially could be looking at one of our new Master teams this evening. How does that make you feel?
Tonight we've actually got 4 games going. We've got Ventus
the lower
versus DC.
bracket as well.
Yeah, that we have got the Sinister All Stars, and we've got Sinister 5 All Stars and Ventus Red Dota 2 as well playing tonight. There's a lot of games on, but it's basically a double elimination community shield round. So if you only have 2 lives, and then you're done. So the winners of basically the 2 top teams in this community shield out of the 12 teams will go on to have a spot in the Masters.
It's going to be one of those that are going to be up for grabs, and it's going to be up to one of these teams to make it and get themselves to the Masters. Whoever loses here is going to go to the lower bracket, going to make it a lot more difficult to get their spot to bash it out with the big boys. So it's quite a bit on the line to get their team, to get their entire squad to the Masters. It's going to be up to these players to make it happen. So game 1 underway, Pulse versus Veneration. The draft is underway. Last night we kind of punished the Underlord pick. It actually ended up winning.
It did indeed. It won nicely,
So-
but it's because they kept fighting under that stupid ulti. But it also comboed up with the Earth Spirit that used the Magnetize perfectly in combination with the Underlords. I believe it was the Firestorm with the Pit of Malice that kind of just kept them there with it. So the Earth Spirit just, got off his ulti, got all his remnants down. It was absolutely disgusting. But what's more disgusting is that they actually just kept fighting under it. They didn't run away. So, but there's some lovely little pickies here. There's the Disruptor and Lich. Lich we have not seen this far. But I must say the new Frost armor, or Ice armor, it's now Ice armor, is absolutely amazing. And his talent tree scales really well with it.
Yeah.
But I mean, now you've got a kinetic field to hold people in Lich ulti, plus the Static Storm, and you've got the Pit of Malice. But I
Ooh,
must say, Lich
pick.
Ursa, I mean,
Big
Frost Blast into, Earthshock, Ursa, Overpower Fury swipes, yeah. And then you give him Ice armor as well later on. Yeah, it's not going to be fun.
Not going to be very pretty.
And
Look,
they don't have a lot of they have lockdown. They've got one reliable stun so far in the Ogre, in the form of the Ogre Magi to kind of kite the Ursa, but you don't have a thing like a Disruptor or something like that to kite the Ursa around. So Ursa with a Blink Dagger is gonna get on you, and you're going to pretty much be dead. It's very good against peers like Juggernaut as well. I'm loving this.
okay, well, they've actually now picked up the dogs here for VNR. Oh, let's just go through the lineup really quickly because, I mean, we've been focused on certain heroes. For Veneration, they've got themselves the Jugger, Ogre, the Warlock, and now the Darkseer. Is that going to be a mid-jug? I don't think it is, but what do you think they're going to pick up in the mid lane for Muzzy? Is this going to be still a Monkey King opportunity here? I know he played it in the mid. Last night we saw Monkey King being chosen. Actually was played as a roamer, which actually turned out to do really well.
Well, the thing is, okay, you've got a Tinker ban out. Muzzy's good on the Tinker, but he's still an Invoker option, definitely. Invoker is a good pick here. There's also the SF, the Ember, the classic mid picks these days. You've still got that option available to you. There's also the Puck available that combos nicely with the Warlock ulti, and the Darkseer keeps people in place. So I mean, they need that hero that kind of does that work around the map. So they still have a lot of options for mid here. But I mean, the combo so far, the Warlock and the Darkseer, the big wombo combo basically there. Juggernaut, I don't suspect is going to be going mid. I believe he'll be the safe lane carry.
That'll be the Cotter Jug.
Yeah,
He's got the Arcana.
It'll be the Cotter Jug. Yes, he does have the Arcana.
Yeah, I think that the Arcana Jug. I think that's why he was picked.
At least he can leave my Timbersaw sets alone. Every time I play, he wants my Timbersaw set, so you can stay away from that. You can play your Jug. But but yeah, definitely I think it's going to be a Cotter Juggernaut, and they're going to pick up a mid hero now for the Muzzy, the M guard himself. But yeah, I do believe there's still like really good picks for mid. Like I said, there's the meta picks, there's the Ember, there's the SF. I think Puck would really do well here, especially with the Warlock and the Darkseer. And also, I mean, if he gets early items, you can take care of Ursa pretty nicely as well. But yeah, they need something. They need something big, something that has an AoE lockdown. I don't think a Magnus is going to... Maybe a Magnus, actually. It could do well. But there we go. As I first predicted, it will be the Invoker. It's like, if it's not Tinker, it's Invoker. Muzzy, stop being predictable, dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, he did get one of his really strong heroes now for the side of Pulse. I mean, what do they jump onto? They're now looking for their mid. Who can go up against the Invoker mid? You've got kind of a limited amount of heroes to go for. Could the Puck be the other solution here for Pulse as well?
I don't know if Puck's going to be the solution here. Yes, she can evade a lot of the things. She's got the silence. She's got the, she's literally got the evading spells when he does Cold Snapper up. Windrunners tend to do fairly well as against the Invoker as well because they've got the Windrun. So if you Cold Snap, literally Windrun, okay, cheers, bye. I'm going to getting away from you. Plus, she can stand pretty toe-to-toe with the level, with a few levels of power shots, so she doesn't have to really rely on right-click to farm. She's got a very decent nuke in that. Don't really see Windrunner that much mid anymore, but I still favor it.
I know, you're the Ginger Ninja of
the Ginger Ninja of Dota. The Ginger Ninja of Dota, yeah. I love that hero. But yeah, in this situation, I mean, you've got your offlaner, you've got your Disruptor Lich with your Ursa, definitely a tri-lane, maybe even a Disruptor rotating every now and again with a couple level of Glimpse and Kinetic Fields. He can actually do pretty well in the ganking situation of things. But I do feel like the Lich, Frost Blast, the Ursa, come on, people, stop picking before I can say what you're going to pick. I was about to say Sniper is one of the things we haven't seen in a long time that could do well here, because they need another right click and they need something with range, because Ursa gets in your face, and if he gets kited around, with Invoker has a lot of control. Like he controls team fights quite a bit. So you need something that, can right click from the back, something that can, slow people as well. But with the tri-lane, this is how it will basically go. You're going to have Lich, Frost Blast, Ursa, like killing the ground and basically just running you down to death. And if you get away, Disruptors is going to be there to either glimpse you or put a kinetic field in your way. So it's a very dangerous tri-lane, the Lich Disruptor Ursa. It's very deadly. Underlord, I still find him underwhelming, but maybe it will come back nicely with the Disruptor ulti, because we saw how well it did with the Earth Spirit yesterday. So I think Disruptor will have the same type of concept. But definitely Sniper, one of the heroes that can do well against Invoker mid. He gets a few levels in Shrapnel and a few levels in Take Aim. He's pretty hard. He right clicks really, really far away. You can't really get on him with an Invoker. You could send the Ogre Magi mid for the Invoker and bully the Sniper out of lane, so he can't really do anything, and then force one of the supports from the tri-lane to come help the Sniper. So I mean, that deadly combination doesn't happen so often anymore with the Ursa. So I suspect you'll see a lot of either Lich or Disruptor mid with the Sniper, and the Ogre Magi and the Invoker together mid as well. It's a good lineup. Both teams have substantial team fight. They both have wombo combos of note.
I think before the game starts out, I think we should just have a bit of a disclaimer that any team's players that actually DC, it is up to their team to actually make the pause. Hashtag shout out to Panda737. If you do go back and watch this, bro, classy game previously. That was when he was still flying under the F3 banner. Did some legit things. But anyway, the game is underway for those of you.
We had the Sodas run with 3 rapiers and Panda not wanting to pause.
ACG was
ACG.
It wasn't.
So Panda, we're keeping an eye on you, buddy.
Yeah, well, that's going to make it super interesting. Anyway, game 1 underway. Going to be VNR used to be the F3 side. It is going to be going up against Pulse Reborn. On the side of the Radiant will be the VNR team, Veneration. We've got Elite going to be playing our Ogre Magi, Panda737 on our Darkseer. In the mid lane, we're going to have Muzzy, the M God / Mimaruni on our Invoker. In the bot lane, we're going to have Wazoo, the original VNR player, joined and teamed up with Kotta on his Arcana Juggernaut. And that wraps it up for the side of VNR. Take it away for the side of Pulse.
Yeah, we will not be seeing any Sticklish Enigmas tonight.
No, we will not.
Unfortunately. Anyway, guys, on the side of Pulse, we have the Finio playing that disgusting little bear over there. Pulse Patos on your Disruptor, Santa on that Lich, Deathy on the Underlord, and last but not least, we have Cloud on the Mid Sniper.
And that wraps it up for both teams. It does look like your predictions are right. Ogre is hanging around in the mid lane here, just to kind of slow down Cloud's performance. This is going to be perfect. I mean, if they can actually prevent Sniper from getting up to shenanigans. Oh, but Leet coming in, throws down the Ignite, going to right-click him a bit, going to throw down another Shrapnel, just creating a little bit of a barricade around him, and Leet, he's just going to back off for the moment, knows that Muzzy doesn't want to get anything too much done just yet, and they're all both just too happy to farm away at the moment.
Well, I mean, the sniper is going to struggle quite a bit if the ogre keeps hanging around and throws out the ignite every now and again. But I think sniper will do pretty well once he does get a few more levels in his shrapnel and take aim. But he needs to be careful here. Oof, Muzzy does not have cold snap just yet. I think if he leveled cold snap first, that would have been an easy first blood for them.
Yeah, well, he is only level 1 at the moment.
Going for EMP first? That's interesting. Okay.
Maybe.
Don't generally see that often. But yeah, going for the EMP first, maybe just to prevent him from shrapneling all the time in lane, because it is pretty damn annoying when you're trying to get your last hits and you have to come into the shrapnel to get them. So definitely something to deal with the sniper's mana. But yeah, I think once he gets to level 2, he gets the cold snap up. It's definitely going to be an easy kill for Muzzy and for 1337.
Well, Sniper's running through his shrapnel charges pretty quick in the top lane, though. Panda taking a little bit of damage, having to actually back off. Potos is actually doing quite a bit of work, going to clarity himself up. So also creating quite a bit of space here for Fenner, just making sure that he can actually get the farm. It's going to be a little bit of a tough lane for Fenner. Well, not tough. When I say he's just going to be like on pretty much low HP, is that Iron Shell is just going to be doing so much work. But you know, this begs the question: do you maybe put Lich in the top lane that can actually sacrifice those Iron Shelled creeps away, and put Disruptor in a different lane?
Now, Lich can only sacrifice his own creeps, so like the Darkseer is going to have to Iron Shell their creeps and enable for the Lich to be able to do that. So, and normally Darkseers will Iron Shell their own creeps and not the enemy creeps, if you know what I'm saying. So, I mean, so yeah, it's not really going to work against that. But definitely, I think Lich
wow, first blood. Ooh. My word, Cloud turning it around, actually doing a bit of damage here. He's going to actually Fury Fire up, trying to just see if he can actually find Leet. And Cloud's actually just going to back off and survive through that. Muzzy being a little bit aggressive there and not respecting the shrapnel.
Obviously not respecting the shrapnel, and it does look like we have the Lich and Underlord going in the same lane as well. I suppose they have to stop Kotta from farming, and the Underlords are not really going to get that done. So putting the Lich in this lane is actually a good idea. You can have nice dual lanes, so very strong dual lanes. I mean, you have a Disruptor Ursa that can make kills pretty efficiently. You have the Glimpse to deal with Panda's Surge, so that's another thing that benefits this lane. And then obviously having the Lich as well as Underlord in this lane against the Juggernauts and the Warlock, it's gonna prevent Carter from just running away with the lane. So definitely a good choice here to dual lane this instead of tri lane.
It's also going to just help with a little bit of XP as well. It looks like they're trying to get a little bit aggressive here. Let's jump to the top lane. Looks like some stuff's happening here. Kinetic Field is going to be dropped. Going to try and slow down Panda. It's not going to help. Potter's in a huge amount of trouble. Leet, one more right click, does go down. And Fenner going to just get some Fury swipes. Fury swipe stacks up. He's got 4. He can't get too close now. Taking a little bit of damage there from the tower as well. But Panda, he's taking a chunk of damage from the Iron Shell. And Panda 737 makes it easy work in the top lane, bringing down Mr. Fuzzy Bear himself.
That's a bit nasty. I mean, you have an Ogre Magi like going ham on your Disruptor with an Iron Shell on him as well. Very, very tanky support. And then to add injury to insult, I mean, poor Finya gets ignited and then just gets chased down by the Panda with the level 2 Iron Shell. I mean, there's not much he could do there. Took quite a significant amount of damage from the Ogre as well. So, I mean, he's tried his best to run around his tower, but unfortunately, I mean, they were taking turns on the tower aggro, so not much to be done there. And no TPs available on these teammates. I mean, Lich does not have a TP. Underlord does not have a TP. And obviously, the sniper's not going to rotate to come help him either. So, I mean, pretty much clean kills there. But another go on to mid here. Cloud's going to try run away.
Cold Snap's going to be good enough. Leet gets the last right click. The Kinetic Field is down. But Leet is one tanky little bug. He's going to try and TP out. Is it going to be good enough? It's not. And Lich picking up the kill there on Mr. Leet. Ogre being very cheeky, TPing under the tier 1 tower. If he wasn't taking damage from the tier 1 tower, I think that would have been a clean escape.
Maybe it would have been a clean escape, but I mean, he was Tornado EMP'd and then cold snapped with ignites on him, so don't think he was getting away from that.
No, the Ogre,
Mr.
Ogre.
Did Ogre go down there as well, though?
Yeah, he did. He lost to he went down to the Lich.
Oh no, I was looking somewhere else on the map. That's unfortunate. Okay.
But he TP'd in the mid lane. He was TPing in the range of the tier 1 tower, not taking the aggression off himself, and the couple of right tower hits brought him low enough.
Ogre's playing really well. He's making a lot of rotations around the map. He's been mid, he's been top. You know, like he's been doing really, really well. And the thing he's got a wind lace plus boots and now an orb of venom with the ignite, so he can just pretty much chase down people. It looks like they're gonna try go onto this Ursa again.
Well, do you
I don't think they'll be able to do much on him though. The disruptor is right there behind him.
It gets super frustrating having to deal with this. One thing that I'm a little bit concerned about.
Wazoo.
Oh, he's going to TP away. Easy game. Easy
Double
laugh.
damage and bounty run. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
A little
And
bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, no. It's actually a dire ward. I thought he just placed the ward there as well. No, it's a dire ward. They've got a ward on the high ground. But shame, like that was quite sneaky. First he takes the double damage and gets the bounty and actually TPs out, and it was a 3-man rotation to try kill him. So I mean, that's all good, I guess. And now there's tower creep skipping here in the forms of Panda and 1337.
Well,
Are they gonna get surrounded here? Maybe.
Oh.
There's rotations happening.
Oh, beautiful kinetic field, actually trapping Panda in there. There comes down the stomp. Drops the wall as well. Is it going to be enough? Center taking a right clicks here from Leeds. We do lose the dogs here. Can Leeds find center as well? There comes the fire blast. Gonna slide him in place. He's gonna be brought down as well. Leeds, look how tanky this little bugger is. Fenner, 1 click, 2 clicks, 3 clicks, sitting with 4 fury swipes. 1 more right click from the Ursa, and he does go down as well. That was just too many stacks.
Sweet. Revenge is very, very sweet. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, the Lich did go down, but it's so worth it. It is so worth it. I mean, they were doing so well in this lane, and the tower is literally only on 500 HP. So, yeah, definitely a much-needed kill for this Ursa. He has been kind of depraved of farm in this lane. If you look at the difference, he's only got 35 last hits, where his counterpart has almost got a 50 CS. So, he's definitely been suffering a bit. So, much-needed double kill for the Ursa here.
And Wazoo pulling off the Harry Houdini of TP outers, trying to pick up the binary room. Never picked it up, but just TP'd out and actually surviving through it as well. So, I mean, we're looking at VNR playing very cheeky, playing very close, and doing reasonably well.
Yeah, they are playing really, really well. But shame, this poor Ursa, man. He's really been suffering with farm here. I think he just needs to try and rush that Blink Dagger now. He's got his Helm of the Dominator. He can get a nice little Wolfie in the jungle, or maybe even a Regen Satyr to help him in the lane a bit. Just to survive these Iron Shells, you know, like get the Regen Satyr up. Maybe even a Stunning Creep, something to that effect, so he can do more or less, it can survive a bit better in the lane with the Iron Shell. But yeah, definitely I think a Blink Dagger Phase Boots is going to be needed here now. Sure, you've got the Disruptor to glimpse people back. You've got a lot of slow lockdowns, so maybe he doesn't rush the Blink Dagger, but in almost every circumstance I would. But as I say that, Underlord gets an Omni Slash to the face. And now, oh no, puts us in a very bad situation. Caught between a rock and a hard place here in between Panda. Jeez, that dude is so tanky at the moment.
Oh, he's running away. We do actually have the Fatal Bonds being brought down. Kota, he's going to actually run out, but there comes the big ult. He's going to spin through it, and he only takes 1 bounce to the face. Going to be good enough. TP comes in from Fenner. Is it enough? Last word. Shadow, we're going to try and keep him alive in the meantime. The Fatal Bonds does bring down Potters, and Wazoo trying to juke around the trees. He's going to eventually go down. Shared amongst 4 of the players here from Pulse. That's just how much damage they did to Wazoo before he actually did go down. Beautiful rotations, actually bringing Fen around.
Diving here, like Cloud and poor 1337. Like he's just getting chased down. They're gonna be able to do it. Putzels is here. He's ready to fight.
He's got no mana, 1 right click, and that would have been crazy if the range creep actually picked up the kill. But
Oh wow.
But Cloud makes easy meat and he goes down.
Behind enemy lines, it's pretty much done for. But as I say, that Panda is almost taking this top tower here. Very, very low HP. It's not quite in deny range just yet. It needs one more hit. Oh, almost. Not in deny range. That's like literally like 2 HP away.
Oh wow, in the mid lane, Kota picks up the kill on Santa. Can they find another? They do. Deathly hits the dust as well. I mean, you know that saying that we were talking about Underlord being a little bit underwhelming.
Yeah.
It's like starting to shine through. You maybe want to see. Oh my word! It's killing the bottom lane. We are missing kills left, right, and center. But nonetheless, we're going to bring you the after-action report. Fena going to try and TP out. Kotta, can you do enough damage? No crits for you, my boy. And Ursa actually just TPs out. Let's see if we can actually be a little bit. Well, oh, sniper. Why is your HP so low, my boy? All right, he's actually been. He was actually being.
I wonder why he didn't just spin there. Kotta does more. His spin does more damage than his right click at the moment. I think he could have actually gotten a kill on the Ursa. That's kind of maybe a misplay.
Did he actually have enough mana? Yeah,
Yes, he did.
Looks
He
like
had
has
more than enough mana. He had more than enough mana. His ulti was on cooldown, but his spin was not. And his spin does approximately like 155 damage right now. And he doesn't right click quite that hard yet. I mean, okay, he's right clicking for about 110, 120 damage. So I think he definitely could have spun there and gotten the kill. But as I say, that poor Patos is getting gone out here.
We lose
Panic
the
static
Potas. The static storm comes down, maybe just to do something. Fena, he looks like he wants a little bit more here. A little bit of a distance away from the blink. He does actually have his phase boots up, so it's going to make him a little bit more quicker. But at this point in time, there's not much that he can actually do to follow up and actually engage in this.
Yeah, not much they can do. I mean, I just think like how many times someone's done that when they're just about to die, just like expend their ulti. Like, I'm panicking! Just ulti. As I say that right now, the poor Finia is getting gone and all his mana absolutely wasted by that EMP.
He's going nowhere. Fena's going to be brought down. Shrapnel from Cloud gets brought down as well. Maybe they can find anything on the back of this. It's only Cloud in the vicinity. Here comes the ult. It's not going to be good enough to bring down the Invoker. And Leet is just too tanky for now.
It just feels like they are, they're getting killed left, right, and center, and then rotating all these heroes in when it's too late to do anything about it, and then just losing tower after tower. I mean, another tower going down from the end of the bot lane to the Kotta, and almost the mid tower as well. It just feels like they're rotating heroes when the hero's already dead. There's nothing you can do to save them. They're on the retreat. You're not going to be able to catch up to them either. Your disruptor was still dead as well. There's no glimpsing available. So it just feels like they're kind of wasting their TPs, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like one hero's farming way too far up in the lane when there's no vision there, and then they just rotate heroes in just because someone's dying. It's not necessarily the right choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, 100%. It almost feels that... It almost feels like Pulse is not actually in this game, if you know what I mean. It seems that Veneration, they've come here to play, come here to win, and it seems like they exactly know what they want to do and accomplish. For the side of Pulse, seems like they haven't found their groove just yet.
We have the Muzzy, the Kotta, and the Wazoos in the smoke gank arenas, and we have Deathy way out of position here, gonna get caught, rip his pants all the way down.
Well, Tornado comes out, EMP, cold snap, God, spins to win it, and brings down Mr. Deathy himself.
Muzzy's going for the full quad Vex Invoker. I mean, look at the skill build.
Yeah,
Not even one level in Exort for like an extra, something like Forge Spirits or anything like that.
I don't even know
normally you see, you see like a little bit of maybe 2 or 3 points in the Exalt with this type of build, but he is going full Cosmic. So that EMP Tornado is doing a massive amount of damage. Not just that, it's literally sucking every little bit of mana from these heroes, and the Tornado's got extensive reach. That range is absolutely tight. I mean, look there. Every little bit of mana gone.
Oh, Glimpse being used up, back into the pit. Cloud on the sidelines, brings down the ulti. Gonna one through it, keep himself alive just a little bit longer. He does eventually go down. Getting breaking his 3 killing spree. I mean, an ogre with the 3 killing spree. That is...
It seems legit.
Seems legit.
Multicast. It's just under 300 gold, so it's not that much, so to speak, but definitely a much needed pick off. Nice glimpse into the Pits of Malice, definitely like something, but it's also like really, really hard to pick this ogre off now. I mean, he's got a cloak, he's got some nice stats with the magic wand, full mana boots, as well as the windlace, so he's not an easy boy to kill. Plus, he's sitting at a staggering 10 armor at 15 minutes in. Like, have you ever? You know what I mean? And Ogre is a very tanky hero to take out. So, yeah, I mean, well played to them. I mean, they're getting an opportunity. They saw it and they took it. Unfortunately, it wasn't like something like a Juggernaut or the Invoker. You know, Invoker's probably worth quite a bit of money now. Actually, no, he's not. He's only got 1 kill to his name. But it's still like just to stop his escalation might have been a good idea. But it must be said, I mean, the highest level on the team at the moment is Panda, followed closely by Cotter, who just reached his level, well, he's almost halfway to level 13. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it seems that the Darkseer pretty much had his way in the top lane and actually got a bit done. Let's just focus on the bot lane here for a sec. It looks like there's a little bit of a congregation here. Leets in the sidelines. Muzzy sitting on the Invoker, showing himself. We do have our Disruptor and Lich that maybe want to make something happen here. They do see the Bloodlust, so they do know that Ogre Magi is in the vicinity. Can they actually do something on the back of this? Santa, he's getting frisky. TPN from Fena. A very low HP over here. He does actually TPN, but I don't think it's enough. Here comes the glimpse. Into Static Storm. Throws down the Tornado. Muzzy, you beast. That was actually well played there from him. Dropping down the Static Storm. Pit of Malice. Losing Potas. Losing Santa Cotta. Looking for more. Can he chase down Cloud? He doesn't. He actually pulls back. I mean...
And that was beautiful. I mean, that Static Storm was beautiful. It's unfortunate that Wanzu got the rock off with that devastating Fatal Bonds. Lich just died so quickly that he couldn't even get his ulti off. And Ursa pretty much just blew up. So,
but I mean, did you...
all his mana gone as well. Like, yeah, I saw the tornado, yeah.
Like, I mean, he's going to get glimpsed back. Throws down the tornado to exactly where he's going to be and saves himself. That was some decent play. I'll give it to him.
Very decent play. But just remember the full Cosmix Invoker. I mean, that tornado's range is ridiculous at the moment. Yeah. It really, really is. Yeah, I mean, his alacrity point's also going to be pretty damn nice, but the damage is based on the level of Exort, which he's only now starting to level. So alacrity is not going to do that much at the moment for him, but definitely the EMP tornado right now is like absolutely ridiculous with the levels of Wex and Cross that he does have currently. But yeah, like I said, like it was a really nice ulti coming up from Potos. I mean, he played that really well. It's just unfortunate that the rest of the team just couldn't really follow up. That's the problem that we've been having with Disruptors and Underlords, and that these types of picks is that there's never much follow up in the Master Series, and it's to the heroes that are very good heroes. They're just not doing well in these competitions so far in SA scene.
I mean, I don't know what to chalk it down to. Is it teams expect a lot more from those heroes to come out? Is it just the players aren't playing them correctly? The teams are playing around the hero correctly? I mean, what do you chalk it down to? Well,
the thing is, if you need things like... Okay, hold on. Almost. I thought something was going to happen, so I just want to talk. Yeah, but I mean, things like Underlord and Disruptor need follow-up on their spells, and if you don't have a team that can't really follow up, it's not really going to accomplish much. Like, see that Pits of Malice, beautiful Firestorm, but not much they can do after that. There's no real follow-up.
It seems that Underlord spells are more for like zoning than actual...
It's nice against... It's anti-push. It's really nice against if you do the reduced damage. But if you want to keep people in the Firestorm and the Pits of Malice, you need another lockdown hero, which brings in the Disruptor. Those two together, if they can combo off nicely like that, it will be absolutely amazing. Then you can have some follow-up from the Sniper, the Ursa. The Lich can even, drop down the hammer with his ulti. But, I kind of feel like he maybe needed to level up his ice armor just a little bit sooner than he has. He only got it now at level 9, and it could have helped out the Ursa quite a bit, especially in lane, especially in team fights. I mean, ice armor is ridiculously strong. I mean, it's got a movement attack slow of 30, it's got a movement speed slow of 30%, its slow duration is 2 seconds, and it gives you bonus armor. Okay, it gives buildings armor, but it gives like Ursa and bonus armor. Right now, I mean, Sniper's got 5 bonus armor from the ice armor, and that's just level 1. It's pretty damn massive if you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, so what we chalk it up to maybe leveling the wrong abilities in the beginning, not giving Ursa that kind of babysitting as he needed so much, because we've seen Ursas, they are team killers if they get off to that amazing start. When you don't get that amazing start, you kind of like, you start getting very
Yeah, you need
underwhelmed.
to-
He
you
doesn't
need
catch
to-
up
yeah.
easily, you know.
You need to snowball with an Ursa. It's definitely a thing with him. But yeah, like I said, the ice armor gives him an extra 3 armor on level 1. When it's maxed, it's plus 9 armor. Plus it gives you attack and movement slow bonus, which is amazing for an Ursa, especially if you need to, you know, a hero that's easily kited around like an Ursa. It's definitely a good thing to have on him. But yeah, I mean, I heard many years ago when people were picking Ursa quite a bit, they were like, Ursa's that bear that can't quite get his hands into the cookie jar because he keeps getting kited around. But a snowballing Ursa is definitely something you don't want to mess with, and he's just not doing it this game.
No,
And I must say, Muzzy's been doing a very good job on controlling these team fights. I mean, that's what Invoker is, you know, it does best. It controls team fights, and it initiates nicely. It does a lot of work.
Well, I mean, if Omni Slash from Kot is actually being going ham and he's actually altering a person, the tornado comes out. Does that actually pull Kotta out of the Omni Slash? But hold that thought for the moment. The Static Storm is down. They lose Potas. The Alt Lich is down and doing its damage. We lose Panda 737. Can Kotta find another kill? Triple kill for Kotta. Aegis is on the deck. They lose Muzzy though. And they're going to be trying to see if they can maybe do something on Kotta. He's just going to be able to run away. And they're not going to actually follow up too much further on that. So, I mean, a 2-for-3 trade. So recap, I think I missed it. What does the graph actually say? It seems like it kind of went in Pulse's favor there.
The graph, it does look a little bit, eh?
Yeah,
it's probably
it does.
because they did kill the Invoker and the Darkseer that have a bit of a killing spree to their name and are worth quite a bit of levels and gold. So, well, not killing sprees, but you know, they're at the higher levels. They
High
are
net
doing the-
worths, yeah.
Higher net worths, that type of thing. So it's a very slight difference, but it does swing a little bit in their favor. But we say that the tower got taken as well, so it's never a win-win.
No, it's never a win-win unless you're a techies, then you always just win. Now,
Unless you're techies.
yeah, I mean, techies is just an absolute monster. Anyway, that's just me being a techies. I mean, we're getting to the point now that VRNR is 18 and 11, 23 minutes into the game. They look like they're in a very commanding lead. Maisy's got himself phase boots, his talisman's a drum of endurance, as well as a Midas. Now, it's not often we see the drum of endurance. Maybe just to give him that a little bit of extra movement speed. I think he's trying to just be really quick. I mean, don't you then rather opt to go for the Yules?
No, drum is actually a very good item. People used to buy it a lot, but it has been buffed up quite a bit. I mean, you have a move aura speed of 20, then, okay, the attack speed is increased by about 25. You also have movement speed bonuses, endurance duration. Like, it still gives you good stats as well. I mean, you get 6 strength, 6 intelligence, 3 agility, and 3 damage, plus 50% mana regeneration, which is massive for an Invoker. And it's a cheap item, and it's got extra charges. The thing is, it comes with 6 charges now instead of 5, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's still a good item to buy, and I mean, it's very cheap, or cheap in terms of someone that's doing very well. You can always sell it for something later, but as for early game stats and things like that, it is exceptional. And I mean, going for the Quaz Wex Invoker, he runs pretty damn fast as well. So I mean, now look at that. When he gets those stacks, he gets up to 486 movement speed at max at the moment with an Invoker, and then you've got a drums with phase boots. You're not running away from that Invoker very easily.
No.
So it's still very, very good. I feel.
All
I
right,
mean,
well,
you can later swap it out for, you know, things like Octarine Core, Aghanims, you know, that type of thing. Maybe even a Bloodthorn would do nicely here. But yeah, it's definitely for me.
Do you think
early game
it's-
stat item?
do you think the movement speed is what's so crucial? Because if that's the case, then don't you feel the Dragon Lance in terms of stats is a little bit better than the drums, unless he's specifically looking for the movement speed?
I think he's specifically looking for that movement speed, but yeah, Dragon Lance is also good if you build it into the Hurricane Pike, but you don't generally see it often on Invokers. Look at that. Look at that. Jeez, man.
While I was watching top, looking mid, they always brought down the mid tower back in the top lane, though. Kotta picking up Potus. I mean, Kotta picking up Kotus. I mean, what am I still? Jabba! What is wrong with you, bro? Kotta picking up the kill on the Disruptor, and Goes down, easy peasy. We did also have Ursa trying to do some easy work in the mid lane. I think that actually got denied. No, it was actually...
No, it didn't get denied. No.
Oh, no, it did. It did.
Did it?
Yeah, Muzzy denied the mid tower.
Muzzy did rip all mana again from the Underlord and Ursa there. So then Underlord luckily got his ulti off just in time, just before the EMP went off. So they were able to TP safely back.
Well, a Pit of Malice being brought down. Glimmer Cape up. There comes the Assassinate. Fenner, you hear him roaring in the background, looking to make a play here. Panda gonna get himself iron shelled up as well as bloodlusted. He's gonna be one super fast freak if he gets less loose. Fenner jumps in, trying to find Muzzy. The ignite's gonna slow him down. Glimpse gonna bring Muzzy back. There comes the rock. It's dropped. Fail bonds on a dozen people, and now Deathy trying to get out of there, running through the wall. Fenner looking at something to right click, but the chain frost is out and the team is splitting. They've already lost Fenner, and they don't look like they can actually defend this tower. That Golem, taking a chunk of damage, does go down to the tower.
So unfortunate. I mean, if you were going to throw out your Lich ulti, throw it out when there were 3 or 4 heroes stuck in Kinetic Field there. Kinetic Field and Static Storm. I mean, Disruptor got off a brilliant ulti there. But unfortunately, I mean, if you're going to do that, like, drop the Shrapnel on it, drop the Lich ulti. Don't wait for, like, heroes to be split up and then drop your Lich ulti. You know what I mean?
It's that follow-up. It's that follow-up that you're talking about.
There's no follow-up for these heroes. There is follow-up for them, they're just not getting it off. That's the problem here.
It doesn't seem like they're playing around the strengths of their drafts. I mean, I think that's what you can chalk it up to. Is, I mean,
pretty much.
I mean,
Ursa jumping in like that YOLO, like that was a bit weird. I don't know.
No, maybe throw Deathy in there. Like he's the tank of tanks. He's actually getting that atrophy aura up as well.
Yeah,
so
he's got the GG boots up as well. He can definitely YOLO and jump in, and then the rest of his team follow up when people go, oh, look, a kill, you know. But definitely not throw in the Ursa first. That was kind of a weird play to me. But unfortunately, also the fatal bonds only landed on 2 heroes, which is also a bit unfortunate.
It looked like it landed on more.
It looked like it landed on more, definitely did, but I also think the tornado at the same time as Fatal Bonds, kind of, you know, because as he was throwing down Fatal Bonds, basically tornado went up, so I don't think it actually linked everyone, only linked 1 or 2, because only 1 or 2 were out of the tornado. So that's also a disadvantage with me playing with an Invoker. I know it annoys you when I play like a Windrunner or something, and as I'm about to shackle, the thing tornadoes someone. Oh no, Patos!
Oh, he's trying to man mode it against Leets.
He can't. It's an ogre versus a disruptor. I mean, on average, unless you drop everything that you have in your arsenal as a disruptor, you're not getting away from the ogre. That's that farmed at the moment. I mean, he's 4-star into Glimmer Cape. Yeah, this ogre is way. I mean, level 14 as well to disruptors level 10 with only arcane boots and a magic stick and little cloak there. You're not getting away from that. But yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate. What was I talking about? Jabba! These players.
It's absolutely...
Oh, yeah, yes. The tornado. Yeah, it's always a catch-22, the tornado. Either you interrupt someone trying to do something good, or you do a tornado that's, you know, on target. It just does get annoying sometimes when you, like, you know, want to, especially if you play like a Kunko or something, and you want to throw a combo, but then rip, you know... Here comes an Invoker and decides to tornado for absolutely no reason. And then the people end up getting away.
It's like, come on. Or like you can even chalk it up to a Yule Scepter. You're like, dude, why are you using him? I've like stunned him for like 5 seconds, but now you're wasting it. You know, like, come on, bro. Something I just wanted to jump on as well, which I've actually just noticed. I mean, you've got an Ursa on the side of the Dire. I haven't even seen him jump into Rosh. The Radiant actually picked up the first Rosh.
Yeah, well, he hasn't had the opportunity. His map's been taken away from him. They're pretty much stuck in base. Anyone that's caught outside of base is going to get absolutely shredded. And it does look like Ursa's going to be the one to get caught here. That ulti is going to help him out a little bit longer. Beautiful ulti coming out from Battle.
There comes a chain frost out from Lich. They find Fenner. He goes down. The rock's being dropped. Kotta, very low HP. Looks like he actually may try and go down. He pops out Omni Slash just in the nick of time. Picks himself up a double kill. They lose Kotta though, and Panda trying to find another. They bring down Pottas. Leet does go down eventually now. The EMP causing an absolute devastation to the 2 back players here, but Assassinate still good. Is it going to be enough? Ooh. It's not. Panda 737. I don't know what kind of gods you pray to, my man, but they are in your favor this evening.
Oh, Muzzy being cheeky as all hell.
Easy Midas.
Yeah, he's just like, okay, I'm just gonna casually Midas while people are chasing me and then go inverse quickly. It's like, okay, it's not like he cares. No, but honestly, like, that was perfect for them. I mean, they landed their combos off beautifully there. I mean, the hack goes off to Patos. I mean, he's been playing this Disruptor really, really well. It's just so unfortunate. But yeah, the Pit of Malice went down, the Lich ulti went down, but it got to the point now where these heroes on the side of Pulse are not at the place where they can actually, you know, do anything. Well, they can do something, but they're just not strong enough to take on the levels and the items that, you know, that VNR have at the moment. And they are way ahead. But I think if they keep defending like that, the high ground like that, and they keep dropping these massive ultis and make it like almost impossible for them to push up the high ground, definitely they can come back in this game. It's not too late, but they need to now not make any mistakes.
Yeah,
They
I
need to
mean,
combo up perfectly. But now Rosh is up again. Is this the second time it's gone down, or the third?
I think it's going to be the second time. It's going to be the second time, and they're going to stick it into Kota as well. He's got himself Scotty as well. So Kota doing a chunk of damage, got a bunch of stats under his name. He's going to be really difficult to actually bring down. They're going to kill him twice. He's also got his Manta as well. So you just know how difficult it is to try and bring down a mentoring Juggernaut with Blade Fury and Aegis to boot. They're going to have to...
And the Diff Blade. It's just like, his agility stats right now, like, absolutely out of this world. But, I mean, just need a butterfly and then, like, you know, there you go. All the agility in the world that you need. But the Skadi is going to make things a lot harder as well. You got the Diffusal Blade as well as the Skadi. You're just going to get slowed to absolute hell and back with this Juggernaut. The Sniper doing, actually hurting quite a bit here. Has to force out the spin.
It's going to be good enough. It's going to be good enough. I mean, if the glimpse was there, it could have put him in a little bit of a precarious position. But Kota got the Aegis, getting healed up there from his pal, the Warlock. And you know what? Wazoo probably one of the new players to this this roster, even though he's the original VNR player. He's fitting in really well. I mean, seems like there's a lot of synergy between the players, and they're actually doing really well. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, look, you've got 4 players. Well, okay, Kotta's also fairly new to Flipside, aka VNR. He also joined Flipside fairly late into the Masters leg 1. But, you know, you've got Muzzy, Panda, and 1337. They've been playing together for a long time. So, I mean, when you've got good players, they can just fit in with the team. Just will be determined on communication. But, I mean, Wazoo, it's you know, he's been playing for quite a long time. And I'm sure he'll be able to fit in with pretty much any team at the moment. So, he's been doing really well this match as well. So, it's not a bad lineup at all, but your Kota diving deep.
well, Blink is going to be good. He's going to find center. So Lich is down. Static Storm going to be good. But Rock Chaos actually happening. And Deathy trying to get out of there. They've lost Potos. And Deathy, there comes up Evil. Going to keep him in place. There is just not enough here for the side of Pulse. They're running out of steam. The Golem's even chasing down Fenna. And this is going to be one dead Ursa. 4-star forcing Cloud into the battle. And he goes down as well. I think it's we're going to be seeing the towel being thrown in very, very soon over here.
I think this is going to be a GG. Yeah, there we go. Oh, my word, as I say it.
It was inevitable. The side of VNR just too strong, and so far the side of VNR have come to play and they are here to stay. For those of you that had their doubts, let them be shattered.
Well, essentially VNR is the old Flipside tactics, but you know, they say goodbye to the old MGO and welcome a new one. And you know, they did really, really well. But I must say, I mean, I feel Patos' pain. I mean, he played exceptionally well as a disruptor and just couldn't get anything done with it. Cloud got shut down pretty hard mid. Deathy, I mean, he tried his best, but it's an underlord. It's just not doing well in the SA scene at the moment. And of course, Ursa just couldn't snowball because of the likes of Muzzy and Panda, Kota. I mean, all of them. I mean, it's more about Muzzy and I think 1337 that made a lot of space in the map, controlled a lot of people. So yeah, definitely very well played to VNR here.
Yeah, they ran their lanes perfectly. They got that early advantage. They did the rotations that they needed, and kind of left Pulse wanting. And I mean, we've discussed it last night. We've discussed it tonight that the Underlord is just very underwhelming. The Disruptor generally inherently is a good hero, just if not played in the right kind of way, he just gets overwhelmed, and you kind of think that. You kind of think that maybe you need something a little bit more to try and make something happen. You know, try and use a disruptor when it comes to more of a channeling hero. But regardless, it's the way the cookie crumbled.
Yeah, it definitely is. But I mean, like, Disruptor, you need to pick him. Look, he's brilliant because of his glimpse, his kinetic field. He can kite carries around. You know, he's got a decent nuke in the form of the Thunder Strike. But when it comes to him dropping his ulti, the Static Storm, if you don't have follow-up with that, it's not going to do much. But it's great at catching heroes. Like, it's still a brilliant hero. I love Disruptor. But yeah, like I said, like, it's just he needs that follow-up. And he got it once the entire game. And then it was too late. They were already knocking on, all the towers were gone. You know, they were knocking on the racks already when they finally got the combo together. And by that time, the heroes are exceptionally strong on the side of Veneration. So, I mean, they're not going to feel a Static Storm or a Lich ulti. They're going to be like, they brush it off because they've got a lot of HP. They've got all their core items. They're not going to stress about it. They had the pipe. They had the mech GG boots. They had Warlock heal golems. I mean, Kotta almost 6-slotted. It's just, you know.
Manta absorbs those bounces.
Yeah, it's just not much they could do when they finally got the one time in the game when they got the combo off. It's just, yeah. I mean, Ursa's sitting with, like, a net worth of 10k, where the ogre on the enemy team almost had 10k net worth. So it's just, oh, whoops.
Whoopa! I think everyone heard that. Guys on stream, that's like moments where casters do something wrong.
Using my hands when I talk. I'm waving them around, and all of a sudden, GG goodbye glass.
All right. Well, I think you better go and clean up your cup of coffee that's lying on the bottom of your floor. Guys and girls, join us for game number 2. A lobby's probably going to be popping up, so go grab a quick drink and.
Actually, Rook, Brandy, and Coke.
Even worse, spillage, people, spillage. Yeah. Well, we'll join.
Anyway, so definitely, yeah. It's just for me that they just didn't combo well enough. Ursa couldn't snowball. Sniper was just underwhelming. Nothing they could do really. They just got completely outplayed, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, let's see if in game 2 they can actually do a little bit better in terms of drafting. I felt that Pulse's draft wasn't all together. You know, we've spoken about the Disruptor and Lord. I think it goes without saying. But join us for game number 2. The lobby's probably up, so go grab a drink, go to the toilet, and we will see you guys.
I'll get myself a new one.
And a new glass. We'll see you guys very soon.
How do you achieve your greatness?
There's no margin for error.
No room for mistakes.
You need total control.
Your success is determined by your grit.
It takes thousands of hours perfecting your moves.
And only the strong survive.
You think you've paid your dues?
You think you're ready to enter the arena?
Think again.
This is the Telkom Digital Gaming League,
This is where legends fight till the last second.
where the action explodes straight through your system.
Town to town, from London to Taiwan, I've been I don't know what you want. a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. pushar på och smeker med motståndet vi leker. Vi sitter här i väntan och spelar lite Dota och springer runt och creepar och motståndet vi slipar. Vi sitter här i väntan och spelar lite Dota och pushar på och smeker med motståndet vi leker. Vi sitter här i väntan och spelar lite Dota och springer runt och creepar och motståndet vi slipar. Men motståndet vi leker. Vi sitter här i väntan och spelar lite Dota och springer runt och creepar och motståndet vi slipar. Vi sitter här i väntan och spelar lite Dota och pushar på och smeker men motståndet vi leker. Vi sitter här i väntan och spelar lite Dota och springer runt och creepar och motståndet vi slipar. Vi sitter här i väntan och spelar lite Dota och pushar på och smeker men motståndet vi leker. Vi sitter här i väntan och spelar lite Dota och springer runt och creepar och motståndet vi slipar. Vi sitter här i väntan, vi sitter här.
This is what I would call headache-inducing music.
Well, welcome back. Game number 2. Good evening, ladies and gents. Veneration versus Pulse Reborn. And we're at it. Ignore Succubus's comment about the music that I play. I think it is absolutely amazing. And
was that live?
that was alive. So they do know that you really love my music. Anyway, the draft is underway. Game 1 going in favor of Veneration. Hashtag F3 Flipside Tactics. But yeah, Veneration. Except for the Wazoo. So, I mean, game 1, Veneration really played around the strengths of their draft. Pulse not really finding their footing, picking up those that didn't really get much done. Game number 3, game number 3, jeez, do we wish a game number 3? Game number 2, what do you think they can actually do a little bit different this time around?
Look, they had an exceptional draft. I mean, Pulse did have a nice draft. They just didn't utilize it and execute it at all. I mean, they didn't combo together except for once in the game when the people were knocking on their racks and the levels and the items were just way too much for them to deal with at that point. So, but I mean, Potos did play a very good disruptor, so he's going to have his hand at it once again. But we have 2 of the worst meta picks at the moment. When I say worst, I mean good heroes, as in like heroes you don't want to play against. Not that they're bad heroes. So just to clarify that. Ogre Magi and Centaur Warrunner. Centaur Warrunner, one of the most disgusting offlaners right now. I mean, he is just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, one huge initiator, and he's a very hard hero to kill with that return damage. The poor supports, and I mean Stampede is absolutely amazing. Person Who's Stomping Double H takes care of the cuddly crystal maidens and the disruptors pretty nicely. Ogre Magi, I mean, we saw the effects of him. Played last game by 1337. Very tanky support, beautiful skill sets. I mean, the Fire Blast, Ignite, and of course a Bloodlust to combo up with any carry is absolutely amazing. But other side of the coin, we do have the Crystal Maiden. I love seeing her in games. Frostbite is absolutely ridiculous right now because
there's other places I'd like to see her.
Hey. No puns here. But why do I love Frostbite so much, Jabba?
Because it is a route, and ladies and gentlemen, you can't get out of route for all the money you paid me. Ember Spirit, no more Remnants away. Storm Spirit, you going nowhere. Mirana, what do you call that? That's no leap, my girl. Queen of Pain, yeah, you stuck there. Everything goes, the route goes through basically everything and is an absolute nightmare to deal with.
Root is OP this patch, it really is, and I love roots. But also, the Crystal Nova in combination with the Freezing Field is absolutely amazing as well. But It's that lovely arcane aura that is absolutely annoying because everyone always has mana. She's literally a fountain away from the fountain when she has the tranquil boots and the full level arcane aura. Yeah, she pretty much can stay and do whatever she wants. Also a really good jungler these days, a quick hand of Midas for her, some farm escalating items. I mean, we saw in the one Masters match, you had a Crystal Maiden with a casual Glimmer Cape in her backpack. It was just like, okay. But yeah, Crystal Maiden's still an excellent hero, and especially this patch because, Frostbite is a nice, lovely little root over there. It's also a good anti-carry hero because a root you can't right-click. So it's like a Heaven's Halberd and a stun all in one go. But it is beautiful. And they'll be forced to get 4 staffs and stuff like that. So they can at least 4 staff away from the roots. But then you've always got the Disruptor to glimpse you back. Now, on the other side of the coin, we do have the Terrorblade. That actually does a lot of damage. And he normally actually does, if you look in games and stuff, it's either the Dazzle or the Crystal Maiden that generally lanes with Terrorblade. So if you see a Dazzle pick coming here, they did ban out the Axe. So they didn't even have to do it for Veneration.
Yeah, well, I mean, they did take out that Axe that deals really well with illusions. A little thing that I'm a little bit concerned about is, right, so in the first game they picked up the Disruptor as well as the Underlord. Underlord didn't perform that well. Disruptor did what he can, couldn't get enough done. This time around they've switched things up. They've now picked up the Tidehunter, the Crystal Maiden and the Disruptor. Do you think now that it is enough to actually work around the Disruptor? We found that Disruptors are kind of that linchpin that can make big team plays, and it can either work or doesn't work. I mean, he's got these beautiful like the zoning abilities. They've got the kinetic field, the glimpse, very good reinitiator, disengager, re-engager.
Kiting hero.
I mean,
good against that.
So you've got the Disruptor. Is it going to be enough? So far, I mean, they've got these beautiful ultis from Tide, Crystal Maiden, and the Disruptor.
They've got huge wombo combo, and they've got ultis to follow up for the Static Storm. They've either got an ulti in the form of the Tidehunter. He's always going to get the ulti off because Kraken Shell OP. So, I mean, they've got a nice setup for the Disruptor as well, and the Crystal Maiden to follow up on it. So, very, very good heroes here. We do have the Rubik that has a jaw of a time here. I mean, just with those 3 heroes alone, he can steal as whatever he wants. I mean, if he steals Gush or even Ravage or Crystal Nova, Frostbite, these 3 heroes Rubik is good against because it's got so much to choose from. And oh wow, okay, Slark.
Okay, I do actually like this though.
The pick of King, yeah. No, he's good. It's going to have nice follow-up for the Disruptor as well. But what interests me though is that back, I think, but like 2 or 3 years ago when Puttles was in a different team, I actually just don't remember the team he was in, but he was known for his Tidehunter plays, like his offlane Tidehunter. Puttles would play it like almost every game. So I'm wondering, I know Deathy's their offlaner.
Do you think it could be a position swap?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. But seeing a Rubik versus Tidehunter, it reminds me of Dendi plays, where Dendi, this was probably about 4 or 5 years ago. But anyway, so Dendi buys a 4-staff on Rubik, 4 staffs into Tidehunter, and steals Ravage. Because for those of you who don't know, Tidehunter's Ravage starts at him and then spreads. So if you 4-staff into the Tidehunter as a Rubik, by the time you 4-staff in, his ulti's already going that way, so you can actually evade his ulti and then just steal it from him. And that's what Denny did like all those years ago. It was like a really awesome play, but it kind of reminds me of that match, seeing these two teams, well, these 2 heroes on opposite sides. But yeah, I mean, they've got some exceptional catch, they've got exceptional lockdown, follow-up, very snowballing heroes in the form of the Slark and the Stormspirit. I mean, we all know what Stormspirit can do around the map. It creates absolute havoc. Slark, I mean, very hard hero to deal with, especially for the squishy Rubiks, that type of thing. And then obviously Terrorblade with the Sunder. If he gets Terrorblade low enough and then decides to Shadow Dance, there's no Sunder for him.
But I still feel there's many other options for the Terrorblade to actually surrender off if it becomes the case. I mean, they've got these beautiful wombo combos, but at the end of it, Terrorblade is just going to surrender. I'm feeling that Pulse, instead of going for the Storm Spirit, should have maybe looked at having a mid-necro.
No, I like the Storm Spirit pick. It can get in, quickly pick off the Lino, the Rubik, the Terrorblade, anything like that. Gets enough items, escalates the Bloodstone, the Bloodthorn, the Sheepstick, that type of thing for the Storm Spirit, and it can just snowball absolutely hard. So I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. I think we might have a mid Rubik or Lina here, pretty interesting. So either one of those two are going to go mid here.
I think it's probably going to be more likely the Lena. I think as soon as she reaches level 6, she'll really be able to like devastate the side of Pulse. What I do like about the Lena pickup though is it's not a targeted spell, is her stun. So if Slark jumps on her, yeah, she can always just quickly drop the stun out, get away kind of easily. The problem is the latch. If that latch is going to be long enough, can she actually get away from it? So, yeah, I mean, as the drafts go, how do you feel it going? Who do you think won the draft?
To be honest, just looking at the draft, I do feel that Pulse. I mean, so, yeah, Pulse definitely for me has the better draft here. Like, they really, really do. For me, anyway, they have the better draft. I mean, they've got a good carry in the form of the Slark. Got a good hero they got actually all these heroes scale very well late game. Maybe not so much Crystal Maiden. She's more the early to mid game type of thing, but she can do really well late game as well. But for me, I just feel like Pulse have the better lineup. But one thing I'm quite funny about, I'm going to break a little bit of a DGL rule here. When Lena kills Crystal Maiden goes, Lena, you hellfire bitch. That will be, I can't wait to hear that in this game. Because if you don't know the backstory of Lena and Crystal Maiden, they're actually sisters in the Dota 2 story world. So yeah, if they kill each other, it's pretty funny what they end up saying towards each other. There's a few other funny little quotes that they say to each other, but that for me is the best one.
Well, let's see if we get to actually enjoy that little experience. It's part of the lore that is the backstory between the Warcraft 3 heroes.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll see if we get to experience that. I have actually got my Dota sounds up, so if I do miss it, do mention it. But I'm sure everyone else will be able to hear it. So the pause has actually begun. Let's do the introductions really quickly. This time around, for those of you that are just joining us, game number 2, we have got Pulse Reborn versus Veneration. On the side of the Radiant, it's going to be played out by Pulse this time. We have got Potas again on the Disruptor, so we're not going to see the Potas Tidehunter as we maybe predicted in the draft. We've then got the Fenner going to be playing our carry Slark. On our Crystal Maiden's going to be played by Santa. Maybe Christmas comes a little bit early this year, guys. And Cloud going to be playing on our Storm Spirit. And last but not least, it is going to be Deathy on our Tidehunter. For the side of the Dire, Miss Succubus, take it away.
I shall do so. We have the M-God himself on the Terrorblade.
Well, hang on. Just stop right there. Muzzy, Terrorblade, not mid.
Yeah, it's a roll switch. Okay, for me, honestly, Cotter, generally, he is a mid player. Well, I would say in the pub world, he generally always goes mid or off lane. But yeah, Muzzy, it's going to be interesting to see how he fares in the carry role. But remember, like the last time we saw him in the safe lane carry role, he was playing the Monkey King and he did really, really well. So I mean, Muzzy can swap roles, and Cotter is a very good mid player, so definitely a thing. Anyway, so we have the M-God on the Terrorblade. The Cotter will be playing the lovely Lena. Then we'll have 1337 on that Rubik, Panda 737 on that off lane Center War Runner, and last but not least, we're gonna have the Wazoo on the Ogre Magi. Now.
Even Leet actually gave up Ogre. He's now on the Rubik. So a little bit of a lane or rotation swap there as well. We were thinking that was going to be a Leet Ogre.
Yeah, but Rubik, okay, no offense, but like Ogre's not a hard hero to play. Rubik is. Rubik, if to play him right, it actually requires a lot of skill. I mean, like,
thank you.
You know, it really but like to play a legitimate Rubik that is exceptional, it actually requires quite a bit of skill. There's a lot of how you take out your calculators and do a lot of maths. It is actually, if to play a Rubik efficiently, it does take quite a bit of skill. And I think Panda is a decent Rubik. So it'd be nice to, I thought he would actually be playing this because, I mean, he is the better Rubik player out of the two. But yeah, definitely there's a lot of things to watch out for as a Rubik here. I mean, especially since you've got a Storm Spirit, you have a Tide, Disrupt. I mean, all these heroes can kill you in instance. So definitely going to have to watch his positioning, make sure he steals the right spells at the right time. It's going to be a very hard game for a Rubik, but there's also so many things to choose from. I mean, he can steal anyone's spells and it will be good. You know what I mean? Like, you can basically choose from 3 or 4 of the heroes. use his ulti, and whatever he steals will be okay to use.
Well, I mean, it's going to be pretty much a kid in a candy store, the way that Rubik's going to have options to actually find. Oh,
Did you see that?
yeah, instant de-water Rooney. Heat.
I just use my tango. I'll sneakily come up behind your mid tower and take 100 gold. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Oh, well, they have actually got 3 players sitting in the mid, so it's going to have drawn out quite a bit of rotations. Cloud already on a 2/3 HP, having a little bit of a tough time here mid, but I think they've just shown some face and going to allow VNR just to carry on going back to the farm. So, yeah, I mean, we've got the Storm versus the Lina mid. How do you feel that matchup goes? I mean, I think it feels.
Storm's going to struggle quite a bit against Alina until he gets level 6, where he can be a little bit mobile. Because Lina, when she starts leveling up that Dragon Slave, that nuke damage is absolutely massive and can deal with creep waves pretty efficiently. So he's going to have to use that static remnant to farm a bit. So right click the creeps pretty much evenly and just drop that static remnant just to get the last hits. But I mean, Wazoo being cheeky here, having a bit of a fight with Santa.
Well, Santa's actually been pulling this camp here. He's got already 1 stack on it. I think he's going to just try and farm it out, perhaps, because that is the wrong timing to be pulling that stack, my boy. It should be actually on the odd number. It seemed like he was actually pulling it on the even, and it looks like he's actually just going to be a jungling CM for the moment. Mid lane's kind of just resorted back to a 1v1. Bot lane.
Like I said, like the Crystal Maiden's a very good jungler these days. She really is, for her to get a quick Hand of Midas, quick, all those things. So her being right next to the mid tower, she can also just swoop in and rotate and maybe help out. But Wazoo now, right? Yeah, making sure Crystal Maiden is not going to have a fun time in this jungle. Jeez. She might actually go down here. Wow. Okay.
Wow, the amount of...
Calm down, Wazoo. Jeez. Okay.
That Orb of Venom just doing so much work. Now we're getting the rotation in from Pottas. He comes back to the party. He's actually pulling that creep wave over there as well. Can he draw the aggro away? But taking a chunk of damage. He may actually pay with his life here, and he does. Cloud actually picking up a kill there. If he could have actually gotten out scot-free, that was such a win for them. He did get first blood though, but...
Yeah, unfortunately he decided to use all his spells and did not have enough mana to TP. So, and of course there's still the glimpse on that disruptor as well. So there was no way he was actually getting out of that. But yeah, I mean, nice attempt. I mean, he got himself the first blood, so I think worth. And he forced out a rotation from the disruptor. So definitely, like, very, very good here.
Top lane though, it looks like Deathy may be in a little bit of trouble. Yeah, he does actually have 2 points up in Kraken Shell, 2 points up in Anchor Smash, so he's not feeling too threatened just at the moment. Oh, but Leet taking a huge amount of damage here from those Anchor Smashes in the mid lane though. Nice rotations coming in, pick up the kill on Kotta, a much needed kill as well, stopping Kotta from actually getting that necessary farm and getting him closer to that level 6. Once he gets level 6, that pretty much opens up the field on 3 heroes to just kind of destroy.
Oh, well, they make good on the Disruptor's rotation at least. It's not a waste of a TP. So definitely a good thing here. And now Crystal Mage is going to go back to happily farming in the jungle. Disruptor's going to go out and help out his friend here in the form of Finny on that Slark, who's doing actually relatively well against this Panda 737. Getting a little bit aggressive here on him, actually. Almost diving the tower.
I almost baited out the stun as well from Panda, so not actually following through with it. Could have been a little bit worth. I mean, using a little bit of mana, getting that thing on cooldown could help out a lot. But it's not going to be. It's not going to be in the stars this evening.
Well, looking just at the off lanes, I mean, Tidehunter is being a little bit more zoned out than the Centaur Warrunner, just purely because of the rotations of the supports and a jungling Crystal Maiden. So, yeah, I mean. So the Centaur's doing a little bit better than the Tidehunter's doing in terms of levels and farm. But, I mean, Tidehunter's got a pretty tough lane. I mean, he's got a Terrorblade to deal with as well as a Rubik. So, and now Wazoo is going to come and rotate. So as soon as he TP's back, I think they could actually go on him. As I say that, though, the mid lane got taken down. Double kill for Kotta.
Well, that was
Not
actually
even his ulti being expended.
no magnificent play, catching Mr. Cloud on the sidelines and bringing him down, picking up the double kill. I mean, you know, when you're sitting as a Lina and you're picking up double kills in the mid lane, he certainly got his revenge.
Yeah, definitely did.
He even had a chance to actually throw down 2 light rays, 2 dragon slaves. I mean, the amount of time that they must have actually been fighting him must have been ridiculous. But now bot lane. Oh, Fenna almost hitting the deck. Panda, very low HP,
wow,
but he's
that's
actually still
close.
chasing it down and taking one right hit from the tower. Fenna, can he actually close the gap? He's still got full mana.
Yeah, he mustn't be greedy though, because all it's going to take is one hoof stomp and dead.
Okay, yeah,
Don't
that's
stay
just.
in lane. Oh, I hate it when people stay in lane this low. It's like, please just get out of lane and go heal, please.
No, this is good. This is entertainment for us.
No. Just get back. I think yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think he's actually flying out some medical supplies. He is one solve
the healing solve,
stat to the mid, but mid, what's happening here? There comes up the Dragon Slave. Laguna Coil used. Potus hits the deck, but so does Kotta. Leeds actually rotating in. Telekinesis up. Gonna bring Cloud back. Tries to ball in. Not gonna find it. Can Leeds actually dodge around the trees and
Wow.
managing to dodge out that little crystal maiden Nova as well. It's gonna. And he's actually able to walk away scot-free, even trying to come in there and help out his partner. It's not going to help Kotta going down.
1337 should have died. Like, they have 2 spells that give them vision. Crystal Nova, it gives you vision, as well as as well as the static remnant. Oh, he should have died there. That was so close.
Should have, would have, could have, and.
But how's Kotta get ganked by 3 heroes and still gets a kill? Like, come on, dude. Just shows you how much of a nuker that Lina is.
I mean, when you got Laguna Coil and I mean, as soon as you've got that ult,
Dragon Slave, yeah.
I mean, as soon as you got your ulti up, he can actually delete 4 of the players at the moment. I mean, Slark. What happened to my mouse? The Slark is currently a big feeding opportunity for the Lina. Crystal Maiden, super low HP, the Disruptor, the Storm. They just don't have those big items yet that are going to tank them up, that they can sit and actually take the Laguna Coil to the face. So
I mean, she's doing what, almost 320 damage plus minus, depending on magical resistance, and then another 450. So that's quite a bit of nuke. Plus, I mean, she's got 2 levels in a light strike, and then 1 level in a fire soul. So I mean, she's also got ridiculous range. So all she does is throw up three or 2 spells, and that's pretty much it. And I think she might actually get a kill on Santa here. Let's see, got it.
waiting for him to stand still, being very evasive. Right click there, creep, and there we go. Boom, right click. Try and maybe not use the ulti. Is it going to come down to it? Can he actually finish him off without the ulti? It is going to happen. In the meantime, we do have a kill happening in the bot lane. They managed to pick up Wazoo, but now Leeds trying to find the courier. Not going to happen. So Fena this time round having a little bit of a better time so far. 9 minutes in, 5 and 5. Yes,
unfortunately, we did miss the kill on the Centaur Warner as well as the Ogre. Well, that was happening in the mid lane, but yeah. I actually want to check the net worths at the moment. Let's see how everyone's doing. So the 2 top net worths at the moment, we're sitting on 4k on the Muzzy on the Terrorblade, who's literally just free farming. He's in the lane, not getting contested at all. And now it's just gone to the jungle. So, I mean, his farm is escalating quite nicely. And then we have the Lina actually now sitting on top with 4.2. And the closest is 3.3 and 3.2 on the enemy team. So they're about 1,200, 1,100 on top of net worth at the moment. It's pretty substantial for this early in the game.
It is, but as soon as Slark, hold that thought, there comes down the kinetic field. They're going to actually find out the Slark telekinesis is going to hold him back. They use Stampede. Can't Potters do anything. Glimp going to pull back Centaur. They do manage to actually find the kill on Lead. There comes a Ravage. Expended. Panda getting latched up, trying to see what he can do here. Not enough to actually get the kill. And he goes down. Laguna Blade coming in, bringing down the Tide Hunter. And they are on the run. Fenna once more. Very low HP. Gets the dog back. Dragon Slave too strong. Kotta getting a double kill. And being held in place by the kinetic field. Pulse Cloud has no more mana. Popping up the salve, or his bottle is going to be enough. Pops the remnant, taking damage to the 2 heroes here. They're running a ring around the rosies, And they may actually be able to make it out. Here comes the Crystal Maiden. The big guns have rocked up to the party, people. And Panda, he's in position, gets pulled back, almost missing the stun. Does miss the stun regardless, but Panda makes easy work of him getting the double edge, killing down the Crystal Maiden. A little bit of a misplay there from the boys, but they still managed to clean up the dirt, take out the trash, and the CM did go down.
Well, it's okay. I mean, I'm gonna miss my stun, but it's okay. I'll just double edge you anyway, and full level double edge. He's almost got his blink dagger as well. He's about 700 gold away from it if he doesn't die. Needs to be careful here. Yeah, Slark is not looking hasn't got the items he should. If you look at the Terrorblade at the moment, he is now on his way to a Helm of the Dominator, actually. Sorry, not Hand of Minus. He's almost got his Helm of the Dominator, where Slark is not really still working on an Aquila.
How come he never went Dragon Lance? Why didn't Muzzy go Dragon Lance? We generally see Terrorblades rushing the Dragon Lance build. I mean, you've got that extra range, extra early stats, cheap early stats. And yeah, he's opted to go for the Helm of the Dom.
Well, Dom is still good, and I mean, you could opt to go for the Dragon Lance afterwards. It's not like he doesn't have that option, and he's going to need that Hurricane Pike with the Crystal Maiden, the Tide Hunter, the Disruptor. He's still going to need an item, a mobility item, so to speak. So maybe he does go for it afterwards, but he needs to take better care of his tower here. I mean, his tower's sitting on 200 HP, but I think another Centaur ulti going down here.
Well, in the bot lane, they're trying to find Fenner, but he dances around the fog. And Centaur not going to be able to get the stun off. Wazoo just too far back to actually make anything happen. Did actually pop out the dog pack, so he wouldn't have been stunned for too long. But regardless, Stampede down. Fenner didn't pay too much there. And I'm assuming this is going to be a Shadowblade slot. I mean, it just works so well on the hero.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Shadowblade's inevitable. Shadowblade, Echo Saber, that type of thing. It's definitely like, you know, the paper build slot. I mean, it's rare that we see anything else come out of a slot before. And there we go. In his stash, as the game has paused, he's got a Shadow Amulet and a Claymore. So he's definitely put that on quick buy. But yeah, it's inevitable. I mean, I never see anything different come out of a slot first item.
Oh,
it's either the Echo Saber first or the Shadowblade first. It's one of the two.
Well, and it looks like Muzzy's also putting the quick buy for himself. It's going to be the Dragon Lance. I would have normally seen it being picked up before the Helm, but I suppose maybe getting that extra creep that can just help him accelerate his farm. He gets himself the Dire Wolf, or he gets himself the Satyr. He just farms a little bit quicker.
Yeah, it does help him farm quite a bit quicker. I mean, with the aura, the extra damage that wolf does give you. So definitely a way to go. And I mean, I'm pretty sure he's going to go for the Dragon Lance into Hurricane Pike next. Maybe just a casual Dragon Lance into Manta, then Hurricane Pike. But he definitely does, like I said, he needs that mobility item. And it does give him nice stats. So I would not dismiss the Dragon Lance on a Terrorblade. It's too good.
No, absolutely. While the game is paused out, give me a chance to actually reconnect. I think I'm having a little bit of issues on my side. So, yeah, we'll be back with you guys shortly. Don't go.
Literally 300 gold, where, I mean, you know, Muzzy's kind of far away. Okay, well, he's almost got his Dragon Lance as well now. It's about 300 away from his Dragon Lance. So, both carries sitting in pretty much even ground here. But, I mean, this Kotter's getting a little bit out of control. He's sitting at level 13. Currently got the highest net worth of almost 2k. With a full Bloodstone now, and going for a Shadowblade on Lena. Kotter.
Well, I mean, if you look at her talent trees, I mean, it actually you can actually
beautiful. Yeah,
you could turn her into a right clicker.
Yeah. Well, it's not just that. It's also like the minus 30-second respawn time at level 10 with the Bloodstone. She's gonna just respawn instantly if she gets a few kills. It's literally like instant respawn. Minus 30-second respawn time with the Bloodstone reduced respawn time as well. It's brilliant.
I know, but hang on.
It's a very, very good item. So if you go for the 50 damage, 150 attack range, and then the max soul, fiery soul stack, you could definitely build into right clicker. So building maybe the Silver Edge into Bloodthorn, you know, Octarine Core, that type of thing on the Lena. But definitely Aghanims is still worth. Aghanims, like, I think Lena Aghanims is still amazing. So definitely a thing to get. It goes through BKB, it does more damage. Wazoo, oh no.
Oh, he does bite the dust. Leet, he's in the vicinity. He's going to actually steal Dark Pact. It's going to just pop him off. It would have been a little bit better if he got to the leap. But Muzzy coming to the party, making easy work of the CM, but it goes down under the fighting of the Static Storm. Fenner picking up the kill. Double man hoof storm coming out. Going to catch Pottas and Fenner. Panda 737 going to try and get out of there. In the meantime, Kota throwing out the Dragon Slave. Just dealing a little bit of damage where he can. But Leet, well, he's going to be in a little bit of a situation. Isn't enough, it is going to be. And Fenner picking himself up another kill. So Pulse.
Yeah, unfortunately, Kotze can't really do much about that. But, I mean, they were deep inside enemy jungle with no vision whatsoever. So getting caught out there, well, they were out of position. So getting caught out is kind of inevitable. There's still a shrine up for them to TP to as well. So they needed to expect people to TP in as well. You know, it was kind of a silly little move there, I feel, from BNR.
Yep.
Very out of position.
And Wazoo going down again, diving deep, tier 1.
TP into death?
It pretty much looked like it, yeah.
He seems to like dying. Oh, jeez.
Well, I don't know. I think I'm still having issues here on my side regarding the stream. It doesn't seem that things are going as beautifully as what I hoped.
You know, you do what you can. You do what you can.
Yeah, unfortunately, guys, apologies. I don't know what is happening on my side. So,
well, if we get to a game 3, we can always try and resolve the issue then. But for now, let's carry on with the game because these players are not gonna wait for anyone.
Oh, there we go. I think it's fixed. If it's not, guys on the stream, just give us a shout out. But anyway, Pulse Center doing a little bit of a run here past 737. In the meantime, Fenner picking up the kill on Leet. Carter right-clicking away. Pottas can't get invis quick enough. And he's going to go down as well. Panda knows where Fenner is. Going to try and spot him out. The pings come through. Going to leap out of the trees. Carter, can he make this to close the gap? Oh, Wazoo can't get there. And he is actually going to go invis. Fenner wants back in. Shadow Blade also up on Carter. So he's going to be able to avoid should Slog actually get the jump on him.
That Slug is pretty dangerous now with the Shadow Blade and almost got his Echo Saver as well, about 200 gold away from that. So Slug may become an issue in the next couple of minutes. It's not an easy thing, and here we go. Whoa!
TP just too good.
Yo. Because that was close, because Santa was right there to freeze him as well. So very, very lucky TP. Should not have actually gotten out of that, to be honest.
No, he should have actually paid. But I mean, he's got the Shadow Plate that did actually pop down the Sentry. So Sentry Ward taxing is going to be quite expensive for both teams. Cotter's got himself a Shadow Blade. So does the Slark. It's going to be a bit of a burden here for the supports. But Cloud jumping in, finding Muzzy. And the Ravage is going to bring down or hold enough. But it's not going to be enough because Muzzy got the strand off. Ravage not going to do anything. They're going to try and chase down Deathy now. The Diffusal comes out. Couple of right clicks. Cotter just trying to get that Fury Fire stacks up and running. Not going to be enough. And the Dragon Slave just out of distance. Beautiful blink coming out from Deathy. And Tide, what a tanky little bugger you are.
Yeah. Very, very, very tanky here. And it's all thanks to that beautiful Kraken shell. And of course the extra armor that he gets from the Iron Talon as well as the Guardian Greaves. And I mean, he's got? He got the 100 plus 150 health plus the 35% XP gain. So he didn't even go for the armor stats. I generally go for the armor stats on Tidehunter at level 15, the plus 7 armor, because it's really, really good. It just makes you even more tanky, especially to the right click. But I mean, I suppose he is getting nuked down by the likes of Lina, the Rubik, who can steal all the nuke damage that their team has to offer as well. So yeah, definitely, it's okay, but generally I would prefer the 7 armor above the 35% XP gain. It depends how bad you're doing, I guess. If you're not leveling fast enough because there's no space on the map to farm, then I guess XP gain will do you one better.
Oh, big glimpse coming out. They're going to actually move Scent all the way back. Stampede just trying to make sure they can disengage pretty decently. And this time around, Pulse definitely coming to the party. It seems like they've found their groove a little bit better. They're sitting 19 and 14, 23 minutes in. And they're starting to pressure the tier 2 tower mid. Kotze just throwing out his beautiful spells, just making sure his Fury Fire is, his Fury Soul is as max stacked as possible. That's going to reset any second now, though.
It's kind of interesting to see that no one actually died there. It's just like, you know, it was supposed to be like this massive team fight and just nothing happened. You know, it's kind of like almost felt like they were scared to fight each other. I don't know.
I mean, you know, you get to the point where teams don't get to see what we see. I mean, we can see that VNR has actually got the 2 highest network players on the team, but not by much. I mean, Storm and Slark very close.
It's like 300 gold difference. It's really not a lot. It's
really negligible. The problem is the Centaur is sitting quite far behind, so he's sitting at about 6.5, where 3 of the cores for the side of Pulse is actually doing really, really well. So, I mean, VNR, they know they're a little bit behind. The problem is, I feel that they keep jumping Muzzy. Muzzy just keeps getting caught out of position all the time under the static storm, or he's not being able to get his surrender off, and it's just causing a little bit of a problem. And that, a lot of it's attributed to Deathy's Ravage and to Potter's static storm. Muzzy cannot fight under it.
Yeah, and then they just have a glimpse to bring him back if they need to, if he tries to run away. And I mean, like I said before, Slark is good against a Terrorblade because he can just use his... Oh, as I say that, just poor Saint Warner goes off. Oh, Ravage landing on absolutely nothing.
Well, I suppose they anticipated VNR to jump in there. Not going to happen. They're going to lose Mr. Potos once again on the Disruptor, being a little bit out of position there. And Kotze just throwing down the Laguna Blade. But yeah, here we go. And Cloud going to be able to get out. The stun never came through from Koda. And it may look like they actually may want to jump into Rosh. Fenner knows about this. He was actually Shadow Bladed up and can see this was happening. Well, they're jumping into the pit this time around.
It's going down exceptionally fast. Look at that damage.
This time the dieting takes it. But
oh,
okay, well, Kotze pick up the Aegis. Deathy in a little bit of trouble here. Big right clicks coming out from Kotze and Muzzy. Stampede coming out, going to try and close the gap on Deathy. They do get it, and Fenner, he's just going to farm up the Ancients there. Cloud, he's going to just ball himself out of there, keep himself safe.
And they're going to have to wait a couple of seconds, well, just over a minute for the Metamorphosis to be up again before they can actually push. It does look like Manta is the next item for this Terrorblade. So more illusions to deal with. And Disruptor Glimpse does get rid of illusions instantly, but you still need Glimpse, and you can only Glimpse one at a time. So it's still 18-second cooldown. So it's hard to deal with the illusions right now. It really, really is. I think maybe they need like a Maelstrom or something, maybe on the Slark, I don't know, just to deal with illusions a bit better. Because they've got the Crystal Maiden, they've got the Storm Spirit, all those good things. They can actually just jump onto the real Terrorblade, but it's still hard, especially now when he gets his Manta. So it's dealing with illusions is a little bit of a problem here for them.
I mean, they really don't have too much. I mean, like natural clearers, if you will. I mean, you don't want to use a freezing field to actually clear out the illusions. You've got the Remnant. It doesn't do as much. You can only cast it every couple of seconds, so it's not going to be the best ability. So maybe like you said, Maelstrom up onto Fenner, maybe a Battle Fury, some sort of illusion clearer, if you will.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, let's see. What are we going for? We're going for Lincoln's on the Slark. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. It will, stop the Laguna Blade basically from nuking him all the way down. Also stop the stuns from the Ogre. But
the Sunder from the Terrorblade. But again, like as I was saying before, the Centaur Warner went down there in the mid. He's got the Shadow Dance available. Like if you want to Sunder him, you get the Terrorblade to very low HP, you go and Shadow Dance, he can't see you, so you can't Sunder. So, I mean, he's going to have to grab someone else to Sunder. So, you've got a natural ability to evade that anyway. I suppose Lincoln's is good in other ways, because they've got a lot of targeted spells on the side of Pulse. So, definitely a good item here. I mean, on the side of VNR, sorry, not Pulse. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's an underwhelming thing for him. Ooh, they did smoke up. They did smoke up, though. Let's see if they can make something happen with this. Oh, they do spot out the Storm. The Yours is coming out. Can he land the stun? He does, but the Ravage is there fighting under Static Storm now. Bottas on point. The Aegis is down on the deck. And Santa in a little bit of a precarious position, but Stampede is out. And Dakota is back. They're going to bring down Santa. He goes down as well as Bottas.
The plays
And
1337.
What did he steal? Did he steal the Ravage?
Did
he get the Ravage?
Yes, he did. And he got the Ravage off. Beautiful. I mean, the plays from that Rubik, I'm sorry. He was in the trees all the way out of the fight, didn't lose any HP, and just went in, got the Ravage. And that changed the whole team fight for them, because that Static Storm was on point. The Ravage was on point. They had everything going for them there. And there comes 1337 to ruin their day. Very, very well played. He actually won that fight for them there.
I mean, even fighting under Static Storm, and they still pull a 4-for-0 trade. I mean, that is massive.
1337, yeah. Thank you, 1337.
Thank you, 1337.
Yeah,
Thank
he
you.
did some massive work there, that team fight. And it does buy them a tier 3 tower. Unfortunately, the melee barracks is not going to be accumulated, but okay.
Panda, he's
Poor
down.
1-3, yeah.
He's gonna take.
He's gonna be down.
He's gonna take one for the team. The rest are gonna TP out. I mean, that was crazy.
Oh, that was funny. They sent a Terrorblade Illusion to go and take the rest of the melee barracks. Wow. Okay. I was about to say, because the melee barracks got left on like 100 HP, so it can regen up if they defend it nicely. I was like, okay, well, it's kind of sad. And then Terrorblade Illusions just go, okay, well, it's okay. I'm still gonna creep in the base, and I'm gonna really just go for it. So as the team, Pulse was distracted, Illusions still take the racks. So definitely a big win for the side of the NR.
Well, I
Now
mean,
they
if
can take shrines, which they did on their way out.
I mean,
they didn't. No, sorry, they didn't. Sorry.
no, they are still up. The bottom one still up. So is the top one. Now, I mean, we saw a great fight being taken by VNR. Do you think Pulse is going to let that happen again? Do you think they can pull it off again? I mean, we've still got Ravage up on Leet. He's got.
He's 16 seconds, and he's got Blink Dagger as well, and he's going for an Aghanim. So I mean, hey. Aghanim. Oh wow. Okay. Static Storm Ags, Tide Hunter Gush Ags. You know, he's gonna have a lot. But yeah, definitely the Ravage now with a Blink Dagger on this Rubik is a scary thing.
The initiation, they've also got Stampede. They're going to close the gap really quickly. They call for another smoke. They're going to probably push our bot.
And not to mention that Panda has a full-blown pipe inside and now working his way towards an Ag. So goodbye magic damage from the side of Pulse.
All right,
in the next couple of minutes.
They do get spotted out. Muzzy going to do some work here on Deathy. Wazoo trying to do some work. Throws out the Ignite. The Ravage from Leet being caught up in the trees. But the return Ravage does come out. Dremi's on the deck. Static Storm is down. Muzzy is down for the count. Freezing Phil trying to do some work here. Not going to do too much. The Guna Blade going to work. Lead's still caught in the trees. And Cloud, can he actually get out of it? And no, he can't. As Leet makes easy work of them. So Muzzy biting the deck. And Potus, he is now the next to go down. Full 5-man team wipe. Even with Leet stuck in the trees, can pull out a victory. They get the gem. They lose the entire side of Pulse just for the cost of a Muzzy.
That was ridiculous. I mean, I think he stole the Static Storm there as well. It's just like, okay, well, I'm going to use a Ravage, take the Static Storm, and then I'm going to take your Vortex from the Storm Spirit, and then to add injury to insult, I'm just going to steal another Thunderstrike as well. Yeah, I mean, the players from 1337 in the last 5 minutes.
I'm sure his name's Leet. I know you keep calling him 1337. Let's call him Leet, because literally his name is Leet.
You can call him whatever you want. I'm just going by what his icon says. I've known him as 1337 for a little while now, so I mean, play with him quite a bit, but. Yeah, I know him as 1337, so that's what I'm going to call him. If you want to call him Leet, then
I'm going to call, because that was some Leet plays. That's what I'm getting to. That was some Leet plays.
So you just want to throw a little pun in there, just
absolutely. We gotta be entertaining. We gotta be cutting edge of entertainment.
But Shane, as we say that, I mean, half the range racks was taken as well by the creeps that were in their base while they were fighting for the tier 2 there. So I mean, there's not much they can do now. I mean, geez, I mean, if the Rubik keeps stealing these ultis. I mean, using their own strengths against them, basically. Well, that's actually the objective of a Rubik, is to use the enemy's team strength against them. And he's been doing that really well so far. But again, Patos playing an exceptional disruptor. Just he's really playing well tonight. I mean, even the previous game on his disruptor, he was playing really, really well. Having a bit of a better game than he did last game, to be honest.
I mean, these Static Storms have been amazing. They've really been amazing.
They really have.
Oh, Stampede being used out. Can they catch Cloud? He's trying to ball, and he eventually does get out. And VNR do not have enough to actually close the gap. But Kotta invised up.
Looking for somebody.
Oh, hunting we will go. Hunting we will go.
He wants some booty. He wants some booty. But
Look,
yeah.
Look,
like
I'm not the one
booty.
that's like talking about booty now, eh? Like maybe once, it's not me, guys. Oh, Fenner, he's invised up. They're gonna know about this. Oh,
Oh, they've got the gem, eh? Yes, they do. Oh no.
oh, okay. Well, Muzzy gets a quick surrender off. Glimpse being put off onto Leet. He's gonna actually blink back out of it. And Fenner finding Wazoo. Big balling coming in from Cloud. And the big multicast not going to be doing enough to bring down POTUS, but in the back lines, Cloud going to make easy work of Leet. And Fenner, he wants more. No, he doesn't.
Definitely here to guard now because, I mean, Cloud needs to get rid of that Rubik. He's stolen Ravage twice now. He's stolen the Static Storm. He's been doing really well in these team fights. And this opens up Rush for them. Both of their supports down. Rush at half HP. Let's go for it, boys.
Pulse, 35 minutes in, sitting 25 and 24. I dare to look at the XP and net worth graph. It is in favor of VNR, but look at that little curve over there. Starting to teeter back in favor of Pulse. And XP difference, there's like hardly anything in it. It's what, 2,000, 2,500 XP in it? Very, very little.
Yeah, it's actually pretty close, to be honest. These initiations are what counts. And I mean, once that Aghanim is up in 300 gold for that Centaur Warner, I mean, rip magic damage. You've got a pipe plus the Aghanim Scepter. Not going to be doing all too much. It's like the nuke that they'll be doing. It's literally going to tickle the enemy team. So it's going to become very hard for them in the next couple of minutes.
Oh, but there they go. They do spot out Fenner trying to get the leap off. But Kotta was in Viz right next door to them. They're going to be able to actually get out. And Cloud even popping the Lincolns on him just to give him that extra little bit of security.
Now, do you think this will go to game 3?
Sure. Look, I mean, Pulse is doing really well. I mean, we did say that Pulse had the better draft. The thing is, you've got these big plays coming out and Leet's getting these crucial plays off. They've already got 1 Rax out of 6 done and dusted. You know, at this point in time, it's actually really too close to call. I actually don't know. I really don't know. I mean, Slark's doing really well. He's got 2,500 in the bank. He's probably going to pick himself up the Silver Edge. I mean, if he can break that those Fiery Soul stacks up on Kotta, it's gonna be huge.
Well, we've got the Eye of Skadi just flown in for this Terrorblade, and BKB in his quick buy. So it's gonna be fairly hard to deal with once he gets that BKB. Could be pretty much unkillable, especially with the Sunder as well as the BKB. He's going to be able to evade a lot of the stuns and the disables of Pulse Gaming. But also the fact that the Centaur Warrior now has the Aghanim Scepter plus the pipe. I mean, I just can't get over this. And then also going for the BKB. So I'm just worried about it because their damage right now relies on these ultis, these AoE ultis. The Storm Spirits, got the Orchid. We've got a Lincoln's on the Lina. I mean, yeah, he's been going for the Rubik now, like, he's been focusing the Rubik, because the Rubik has been stealing Ravages and so on. So they can't let that happen again, So definitely pouncing on the Rubik is a good idea. But you can't Orchid or jump the Lina. I mean, Terrorblade's just going to Manta out of everything. You can't Orchid him. And then once they have BKBs on the Centaur as well as a Terrorblade, it's going to be even harder to kill them. It's just like, for me, they need to try force a fight before BKBs come out and take racks and do something, kind of level the playing field. Because the Slark is severely behind on items at the moment. I mean, he's got Lincoln's Shadowblade and Echo Saver, where his counterpart has literally got Dragonlance, Dom, I have Skadi, Manta, and halfway to his BKB. It's just, there's just no comparison right now. And a nice little smoke up here in the jungle. They're going to catch out the enemy carry. Could be devastating here. Shadow Dance. Maybe going to get out of this at least.
Oh, Stampede actually being used. If they can bring down Fenner, that actually could turn into a lane of Rex. They're going to expend everything from Cotter. They do actually bring him down. He does have buyback. So at the very least, try and forcing out a buyback here from Pulse is going to be drastic. In the top lane, though, Cloud.
Does he have buyback?
No,
Yes,
he does.
He does. Okay. But I mean, to expend everything on Lina is not really a big deal right now, especially since the ulti's on a 50-second cooldown. It's really not something to worry about. But it does look like she's going to be going for that right-clicky type of Lina now, going for the Maelstrom into Mjolnir. So that if that's in her stash, then I'm wondering still why she hasn't gone for that Aghanim Scepter. Aghanim Scepter does a lot of work for Lina. It goes right through BKBs. Oh no. Oh no.
Well, the Centaur has been silenced up. We have the kinetic field done. They're going to be able to hold him there. 737. Can he get out? He's eventually going to go down. Gem is on the deck. Cloud trying to find more. Not going to happen. They're going to actually TP out. And while that's all happening, Cotter pushing out the top lane of Rex. They did actually put quite a bit of chip damage down onto this tier 3. So another push like that. And that may actually be Rex. And the best thing about it for Pulse, the buyback's still available for Slark. You didn't even have to buy back.
Indeed it is. But I mean, I'm just a little bit concerned now because of the item progression on the side of VNR. I'm concerned for Pulse. I really am. As soon as those BKBs come out, it's going to be very hard to kill them. And like I mentioned before, the Pipe Aghanim Scepter from the Centaur, very hard hero to kill on its own, but now he's got team ability for his team to evade all that magic damage, that huge, all the Crystal Maiden, the Disruptor, the Storm Spirit, all those people, they do a lot of magic damage. And the problem now is that with the Lincolns, the Mantas, that type of thing, it's going to be even harder for the Storm Spirit to jump anyone, and he's only going to be able to jump the Rubik essentially. And now Rubik's got Aghanims of his own, Blink Dagger, and going for that Ether Lens, so he could stay way out of the fight once he gets Ether Lens. So it's just becoming a hard game now for the side of VNR. I mean, for the side of Pulse. Sorry.
Well, they did try and smoke up, see if they could find anything. They don't. Phenom actually run into them. He does, but he's actually shadow bladed up. So does he actually decide to jump onto Muzzy? They do try and find Santa. And Fenner decides to jump onto Muzzy. Deather in pursuit. He pops out the Ravage. Gets the Ravage stolen. Can he actually turn it? He's been silenced out. Late. Gets the Ravage off. The Static Storm's down. Santa, he goes down as well. So does Potas. Cloud zooping away, trying to escape the Cotter's slaughter. And eventually Tide goes down. Gem is on the deck. Cloud trying to get away. One more right click. He's actually going to get Glimmer Caped up. And that Dragon Slave too far away. And the deny comes out. Cloud going to actually just be able to suicide himself and get out. Benna not actually going down.
Another gem on the deck. Rubik is able to pick that up. But I must say, 1337 picks up the Ravage, uses it, then steals Freezing Field and uses that as well. I mean, that is massive. That's 2 huge ultis and a massive amount of damage just coming out of this one hero here. So I'm very impressed with these Rubik tonight. I really am.
You know what you'd actually want to see is the Tide actually getting a Lincoln Sphere. You really want him to get that. I mean, he's actually building into Refresher. His Ravage is doing so much devastation to his own team as it is.
Yeah.
That you'd probably.
It's not just that. Like the Crystal Maiden, any channeling spell is easy for Rubik to steal. That's why you normally. Oh, hold on. As I say that.
Well, Static Field, Static Storm comes down. They're going to maybe pick up Deathy. Carter's right clicking away. In the meantime, Muzzy in big trouble. Shadow Dawn's being used up. Glips, but the surrender's good. And Mr. Pottis is going to go down from the right clicks there. Panda 737 getting involved. Potter's going to survive very low HP, but Fenner does go down. They're working on Deathy now. Once again, this is going to be a dieback from him. Vortex being used out, trying to slow down Wazoo. And right clicks, double man, stun coming out. They make easy work here of Potter's once again. And Freezing Field from the Crystal Maiden. They can't stop him. They eventually do. Not before they can't take down. Well, they couldn't take down anyone. Muzzy goes down. Cloud trying to see if he can find anything. Picks up the kill on Muzzy. Can he get the kill onto Elite? And beautiful combos of denying the pickup. Oh, and the Storm goes down. The eye back from the Storm. Leech, you absolute beast. And 737 being latched out there. There comes out the Stampede. Wazoo, get that stun off your baby. He does. And Carter stealing Dark Pack. He's living on the edge. He's being glimmer caped up. And I can't.
Exactly. Jeez.
My
How?
gosh.
How? Wow.
GG. All right, the guys tap out. They know that it's done. Leet, I think, put the whole side of Vienna on his back and carried them to victory. Everyone played unbelievably well. But the things that Leet was actually getting done and stealing, my word.
Oh, Cloud, my friend. That should have been the easiest 2 kills of his life.
Yeah, it should have been. And like, you can't kill the Rubik. That Nullfield, too good. Telekinesis, even better. Stomp from Panda 737. Can't do nothing. Can't do much. I mean, wow.
Insanity. Jeez.
Yeah, that was. I'm flabbergasted. But I think Kotip really did well. 17-3 on the Lena. Beast.
Yeah, he was a beast on that leader. Oh my word. How does this even okay?
All right, let's take a moment.
Brilliant. But that's what I was saying. Like Rubik against any channeling hero. That's why you normally pick up when you in a pub game, whenever you see Enigma. Okay, just insta pick Rubik. You can always steal his ulti because he channels it. Same with the Crystal Maiden. So it's easy for him to quickly just pick up a Ravage because he can stay all the way at the back. Just pick up the Ravage, use it, and then Crystal Maiden goes in freezing fields. Okay, easy steal as well. So easy 2 ultis.
Oh, that was crazy.
I mean, just yeah.
Well, you know what this means? That VNR get another shot at going back to the Masters.
Indeed, they do.
They start working their way. I wonder if the results are out for the previous games that were taking place.
Well, let's actually just see quickly for one moment. Okay, so Veneration has not lost a game this far. Pulse Reborn has also not lost a game. So this is the Pulse Reborn's first loss in this tournament. They've still got 1 more life left. If they lose 1 more time, they're out. So Pulse Reborn still has a chance, but Veneration go through. They beat Bai. I think that was a forfeit because it's a 1-0. So Veneration go through the first round pretty much easily with a forfeit. Then last night they played Ventus Red, won 2-0. And tonight they won 2-0 against Pulse Reborn. Pulse Reborn, on the other hand, also got a forfeit from Bai. So they also flew through the first round. And then they won 2-0 against Sinister 5 All-Stars last night. So, yeah. Veneration looking really good. Pulse still has a lifeline left. They just need to, if they lose 1 more series in this tournament, then they're out. Remember, guys, it's a double elimination, so you literally only have 2 lives and you're out.
It's going to make it super, super risky. So Pulse does have another shot at the title.
They move down to the lower bracket now, yeah.
But it's going to be really tough. So I think with that all said and done, I think those matches are going to take place on Sunday, I think, if I recall. Am I correct?
I think there is a game tomorrow night as well, if I'm not mistaken, and then Sunday.
It's the lower bracket. It's the lower brackets, okay.
It's the lower bracket tomorrow night, yeah. So, yeah, the 6th of April. Yeah, it's the lower bracket, round 3 lower bracket. So whoever loses tonight basically will join Pulse Reborn. But like I said, there is 4 games on tonight. So we actually don't know who we are casting. It all depends who wins and loses and then who gets paired up against each other. So it looks like Pulse Reborn will play either APG Academy or Mythic Gaming. Depends on who wins and loses that match. Then Ventus and DC will play either Ventus Red or Sinister 5 All-Stars. So it's those teams that are still currently in this matchup. So we've got VNR, Pulse, APG Academy, Mythic, Ventus Dota 2, Damage Control, Sinister 5 All-Stars, and Ventus Red Dota 2, all still in this competition. But people that lose tonight's matches will go down to the loser bracket, which will be happening tomorrow night. And there's only 3 games tomorrow night, which I don't know which one we'll be casting, but we definitely will be casting one of them.
Alrighty, well, I think from our side we are pretty much done, guys. Hope you enjoyed the game. Sorry, the stream went a little bit funky near the end. If it was in my control, I apologize. If it wasn't in my control, then I still apologize. But nonetheless, it is going to bring our cast to a close. Well done to Veneration. For pulling out the bacon and bringing home the win. You guys get another shot at moving on to the Masters. But from ourselves, Joe and Succubus, we hope that you have an amazing Wednesday night, a great Thursday, and a very, very safe Friday. Be careful out there, guys. It seems like it's the end times. So just be safe in whatever you do. And we will see you guys very, very soon. From us, good night and God bless.
Bye-bye.
How do you achieve your greatness?
There's no margin for error.
No room for mistakes.
You need total control.
Your success is determined by your grit.
It takes thousands of hours perfecting your moves.
And only the strong survive.
You think you've paid your dues?
You think you're ready to enter the arena?
Think again.
This is the Telkom Digital Gaming League,
This is where legends fight till the last second.
where the action explodes straight through your system.
Life.